So we got our pork.
Wait, I thought it was gonna be small.
Air thought it was gonna be small. Good morning, fam. It's a great day.
Good morning, fam. It's been a while.
Look at our Christmas colors.
Oh, we are in Christmas color.
We didn't plan this.
We should take a picture today.
Ready? 1, 2. Nailed it.
Do this. This is my favorite when John does this pose.
All those skinny girls on the gram. Anyway, so today we are going to be talking about our trip to Tulum.
Okay, so Tulum is like all over Pinterest. Everybody's going there.
It's the place to be.
And we hadn't been to Mexico yet, and I felt like this was a cool place to go to Mexico because while it's becoming a more popular touristy area, it's not completely like a Cabo or
Cancun.
a Cancun where it's like all these huge resorts. Like it definitely still has like Mexican, authentic Mexican like vibe.
And the timing of it worked out really well. It kind of in hindsight, we didn't really plan it to be this, but we went right as the Christmas holidays and you know, and all of that was getting really intense. And so instead of taking like a post-Christmas vacation, we decided to get ahead of it, relax for a week.
Yeah.
Right before things started to gear up.
Spend like some quality time together, because we'll find around the holidays, like we spend a lot of like physical time together, but
it's always around
we're always
family.
Like, we feel like we haven't actually talked in a while. The only thing I would suggest is if you're doing a pre-Christmas vacation to get your shopping done beforehand, because we came home and I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I have no gift spot. And then we like Amazon Primed everything.
Let's get to the trip. Let's get to the trip. We had a kind of a rough start to the trip.
A pretty rough start.
Good morning, Sam. It's a great day. What? First of all, our flight was really early in the morning.
It was like a 6 a.m. takeoff, and I did that because they wanted us to have a half a day there.
Which didn't actually end up happening. It's a very short flight. It's only about 3.5 hours, but we flew into Cancun, and then it's an 1.5-hour drive south.
It's an 1.5-hour drive from Cancun.
And so we had to get a shuttle.
Basically, we were like the whole time, are we gonna rent a car? Are we gonna take a shuttle from the airport? Because
she was having literal anxiety.
I was like, I don't know, every other website I found online was like, never rent a car in Mexico. You're insane if you're thinking you're doing that. And then other people are like, it's so blown out of proportion. You can rent a car. Like, I highly recommend it. Anyways, we decided not to get a car, and we decided to hire a shuttle from the airport. Great idea in theory. I got so car sick in the car.
Sweet Bear got really sick on the ride in.
Well, okay, we had a shuttle, and it was a shared shuttle, so we had to drop off 2 other people before we got to our resort. The roads were really bumpy. The guy didn't know where our hotel was, so we turned around like 3 times. We hadn't eaten lunch, and it was like a 3-hour drive. And we were in the back of the shuttle, which I always get more sick in the back seat.
We were sitting in the back, and pretty much all the cars in Mexico really are manual. They're all stick shift, and so it's a bit bumpier of a ride. And our hotel was at the end of a really long, unpaved, bumpy road.
And the whole point of us getting up early and getting an early flight was to have a half a day there. Well, I literally slept for like 3 hours.
Yeah, you basically, once we got there, she slept until dinner time. And so the first night we decided let's just stay in at the hotel, relax. However, once we did get to our hotel, we realized this hotel is friggin' awesome.
It was really nice.
We finally made it to our hotel. It's pretty cool. We have a tub in the room, but the coolest part is this. So here's our room right here. And then you turn to go out to our, wait, this is literally where I sleep. That's the pool. Sleep, pool. Sleep, pool. Pool, sleep, sleep, pool. Sweet Bear.
So we stayed at Tulum, which I actually had found on Groupon.
Favorite part of the hotel?
The pools.
Which one?
All of them. The rooftop one, probably.
Yeah, the rooftop pool was probably my favorite part.
liked the boutique feel. Like we knew everybody that was working there.
Yeah.
They were super friendly. They were great with giving us suggestions and like answering our stupid American questions. I absolutely loved our hotel. I would give it a 10 out of 10, except.
We'll get there.
Okay.
First full day there.
Mm-hmm.
We got breakfast at the hotel.
Yes.
Breakfast day 1 in the sun. Super huevos rancheros. Plátanos macho means fried instead of dulce. Sweet. And I got chorizo omelet. I'm learning as much Spanish as I can. The staff here is helping me. They're really nice. How is it?
So good.
Then we decided we were going to go to the hotel zone, which is when we discovered the main issue with our hotel, which was...
It was not in the main like beach strip hotel zone.
Here's the map of Tulum. This is what's known as the hotel zone, and then our hotel is here. But this is a really, like this right here is a really far distance. And so we have to take a cab to get to the hotel zone, which then you can ride your bike around, but it's a bit out of the way. But the nice thing is it's quiet, it's secluded, whereas it's kind of like busy and, you know, lots of people down here. No gracias. No gracias. Let's try to sell us some honey shampoo of some sort. Do you need some?
No. This would be my biggest suggestion to anybody visiting Tulum is to book a hotel in the hotel zone. So we were like, oh my gosh, by the end of this vacation, if we go every day, we're gonna be spending like $200 on just taxis to get to places. So anyways, when we found that out, we sort of planned our days and we decided we weren't gonna go every day. Mm-hmm. And what that meant is the days that we were going to the hotel zone were jam-packed with things that we wanted to do.
Right, so the first day we went there, first thing we did was, we can't swim at the beach at our hotel, we're going to the beach and we're going swimming in the water. So we snuck sort of onto this resort beach, and...
Because that's the other problem too, all of the beaches are like for the resorts and you're technically not supposed to be there if you're not staying at the resort.
Pretty much, yeah. The rules. We went to the beach and then we decided to rent some bikes and sort of explore along the hotel zone, where I found a giant rock that I enjoyed.
John is crazy and going on this giant rock. I don't want to go. What a crazy person. John really wanted to climb up.
And we went to a bar where you sit on swings. It's called Coco Tulum. You sit on swings really cool. And you drink your drinks or whatever. All things were going really well our first day in the hotel zone. And then disaster struck. We just had to pull over because this happened to my bike. Front wheel off, handlebars basically broken off. I was riding and I felt like my handlebars were really, really loose, to the point where I would turn them like 6 inches and the wheel wouldn't move. Hold on, Air. It kept getting worse and worse, and so I pulled over, and as I was coming to a stop, the front wheel just completely came off. And so we're gonna call the bike rental place and see what's up.
We're like, oh my gosh. First I'm like, are you okay? Like, oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. Then we're like, they're gonna charge us for this bike. I pull out the contract. The contract says this bike is given in perfect condition for riding. And we're like, oh my gosh, you hear horror stories about like people in Mexico taking advantage of you and like tourists, and like you don't really speak the language. So we're like, oh no. Not to mention, we're about 2 miles from where we rented the bikes. How are we gonna get those back?
Okay, so we made it. We figured it out. Here's what happened. So we got a cab to help us bring the bike back.
What kind of cab is gonna fit 2 bikes? And then we get a little cab and he's like, yeah, they'll fit. And then John goes, oh, he's gonna ride with his trunk open.
Yeah, so we just kind of rode with the trunk open.
Then we got there and we were terrified he was gonna be like, I need $250 because I need a new bike. But he was just like, I'm so sorry, like, can I get you another bike? Like, you can go out again.
Can I give you your money back?
Yeah, and we were like, no, 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 keep it, but thank you.
Yeah, I was like, keep the money, keep the bikes, we out of here. So by the end of that whole debacle, we got to a point where we said, okay, enough is enough. Tulum has defeated us day 1. let's just go back to the beach and relax for the rest of the day.
After those first 2 days, I don't know about you, but I was feeling like I made a terrible mistake picking this place. This is not relaxing. I was sick. John's bike broke. It's really beating us up.
Yeah, I was like, this is not fun.
We kept saying there was like several moments where we were like, we just want to go home.
I was like, I kind of just want to go home and just take a staycation. Which is not how you should be
feeling when you like spent all this money and... So anyways.
But we redeemed it.
Day 3, we're like, we're gonna make this a good day. We did want to go and see the Mayan ruins.
The Mayan ruins were awesome.
So cool, like some of the prettiest views.
Yeah, and we found probably like the best beach we saw in all of Tulum there.
Yeah.
There's caution tape, but don't let anyone see you.
So then we kind of just relaxed the rest of that day at a resort. We sat down at the restaurant and just kind of read for the rest of the day.
Which, another tip, if you're not staying in the hotel zone on Tulum and you want to go to the hotel zone, go to a beach bar and order a couple drinks
and just sit
and hang out for a while. But if you're paying for drinks or whatever, food, they'll let you sit for a while.
Have like an open tab.
Yeah.
But then best part of the whole trip?
Best part of my whole life.
We went to a restaurant called Hartwood.
Okay, so we are right now waiting to go to what restaurant?
Hartwood.
Hartwood. It's apparently people have said what?
Well, it's definitely a must in Tulum, but then people have said it's like the top 5 best restaurant dining experiences of their lives. So high expectations.
So we've kind of just been walking around this strip for...
Well, because people start lining up at 5:15 and I don't want to be the first person lined up.
I am fine with being the first person lined up, but I'm waiting to save her embarrassment a little bit. But we're just kind of standing around eagerly awaiting this dinner.
I had done a lot of research, like I had mentioned, and Hartwood kept coming up, and it was a New York City chef and his wife vacationed down to Tulum, and they were like leaving to go to the airport, and they're like, we don't want to leave, like we love it here. And so they're like, let's extend our trip and let's look at some property, like let's open a restaurant down here. So they basically like decided that day, looked at property the next day, put in an offer, completely uprooted their lives in New York City, moved to Tulum. They had like this little patch of jungle, and he said like him and his wife had machetes and it was them like cutting down the jungle, and basically it's become this like restaurant
like
that's
world famous restaurant
in the jungle,
essentially.
like completely outside, completely open. I mean, you'll see some in the footage.
We made it. How is it? So we have some ceviche here, which is delicious, and then a sabute, which is kind of like a fried taco.
I don't really know how to eat it.
I don't think anybody does. And
first of all, it wasn't even that expensive. Like for the best meal, it was like $130, which is like, maybe some people would think that's insane, but we got so much food.
We got 2 appetizers. We both got drinks. We each got a giant entree.
So big.
And we got 2 desserts and a side.
So we got our pork.
Wait, I thought it was gonna be small.
Air thought it was gonna be small. It is not. All right, you first.
It's seriously fun.
It just comes apart. Are you first?
Oh my gosh, we have to try it.
Okay. Wow, that just evolves.
Oh my gosh.
That is so good.
Want another one? This is
It was a lot of food, and that for the like one of the best meals of your life.
And it's rare to get a full dining experience. It's not rare to find really great food, but to have a real experience where you feel just taken care of and like the staff there loves what they do, like that's rare.
This is gonna sound so cheesy, but during the dinner I like look over and John's like enjoying his meal by the candlelight, and I look up and there's like birds flying, and we're in this beautiful jungle restaurant, and I was like, this is a moment that I will want to like go back to, you know what I mean? Like,
so needless to say, I think that was really the highlight for both of us from the whole trip. There is no footage from the next day at all because we just relaxed at our hotel.
Which I think is like can be commented on because we love to explore when we go places and we love to document it, and we're doing our blog now and we have this, and so we like to get really beautiful photos and really cool, interesting like things to do and tips. But when you're on vacation, like just take at least a day and turn off your phone.
Yeah.
Don't do anything. Spend some quality time. Like don't have anything on the schedule. I feel like that's so important.
It was. I mean, it was honestly after those first 2 days, like a really difficult day and then a really awesome day.
But a busy day.
I just needed.
Yeah.
And that was part of the reason for the vacation anyway, at least for me, was to sort of detox and relax before a very busy holiday season. So give me your sort of overall impression of Tulum.
My overall impression was it was a little different than I anticipated. I don't know if you'd agree, but one of the things, like I read a blog beforehand that said this girl like was sort of shocked when she got there because it wasn't as well manicured as she thought, and honestly I was like, she kind of sounds like spoiled.
High maintenance.
Well, I was just like, really? Like,
Right.
But then I got there and I'm like, oh, I see what she means.
Yeah.
Like it's not like John was saying, like
it's not, there's no Four Seasons, there's no big business there. It all is kind of like mom and pop shops.
Yeah.
Down to the nicest hotel there. It's clear
It's still
that there was just
very-
a person or a woman or a family that just decided we're gonna open this restaurant or we're gonna open this hotel. So I think it attracts people who are looking for more of an off the beaten path sort of adventure or something that is will truly give you solitude on vacation.
Yeah,
you know,
and very, like we mentioned, very authentic. Like it hasn't been like changed.
It's not Americanized or anything like that.
Yeah, which was like really cool, and I think really the first experience that I've had going out of the country, where the only other time I've been out of the country is on our honeymoon in Turks and Caicos, where everybody spoke English.
Yeah.
And we stayed at like the Gansevoort, which is like a New York-based resort.
It's very Americanized.
You know? So I just felt like this was really, truly a different culture.
Totally. So yeah, that was our trip to Tulum. Shout out to Georgina and Isabella.
Yes.
And Julio.
Yes.
Our best friends there. Merry Christmas. Keep being awesome.